Salute. Wote san. Imilola timomohoye. The day lafia. Divine risings and rotations. Beloved army. Beloved army. Hmm. Ujamaa. I always like to reiterate the reality that the root word of Ujamaa is Jama, or in Yoruba, Ilide, in English, family. See, it's almost like the word humanity. It doesn't really have any specific connections or attachments when you speak it in English. It could mean anything, all the way down to the etymology of it. It could mean monster, creature. Huh. And probably from the steps of evolution, one would probably consider a human to be a creature, because going from the stages of single cell organisms to a dual cell organism and so forth and so forth, going from elements to tangible being, whatever. But I'm not going to go into that too much right now. I want to go into humanity. In Kiswahili is Benadamu. Let me show you how powerful that is, though. Benadamu means children of one blood, offspring of one blood. Hmm. That's all it is. And when you're taught from that perspective, that's when you get to Ujamaa. That's where you get to the unification of it all, the cooperation of it all, the cooperative economics. When you start to realize that everything that one is doing is with the purest intentions of affecting everybody. This is when you get into that space where you're no longer saying statements like, I'm just doing me, because you realize there's no such thing. Even before you were tangible, you weren't just doing you. Matter of fact, before you were tangible, you were spirit, you were ether, you were the very essence of air, the breath of life. And there was no disconnect from one breath of life to the next breath of life. It didn't make a difference what state of operation that breath of life was in. It was still a breath of life. Just as much as when you have an offspring, a child, that child is still you. And you are still that child. That child becomes your extension forward. This is the importance of legacy, because you leave your mark here. But it's a little deeper than just a pin or a permanent marker. You leave your imagery. You leave the ability to consistently return. Now, that could be looked at in so many different ways, because the ultimate goal is to make it into permanency of the ancestral realm, where now you are just spirit again. You don't have to keep coming back into this life to keep restructuring. So maybe the lack of physical offspring could be a sign that you're doing the things that you need to be doing, and there's no reason for you to return again. Or it could be a punishment. But either or is based upon the individual. See, because if you live your life deliberately not trying to bring forth life from your mouth, from your heart, I ain't talking about this. This is a pump. From your heart or from your reproductive organs. You live in a selfish place already. Because if someone didn't value life enough, or if someone bared your same sentiments, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. It's a Zulu statement that I use all the time. Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. And it means I am because we are. Or I am a person because first we are people. There's no individual without a collective. Regardless if you would like so much to be the only main focus, the superstar of the story. No, you're only the superstar of a story because of your people. See? Because either you artificially assimilate into someone else's path, making you a mutant, because it's not natural for you, or you bring forth the identity of your ethnicity, the identity of your tribe, the identity of your family, Ujamaa, Ilide, the identity, the characteristics, and you become a spokesperson. You become a representative of the great house. What is your great house? What is your great house if you put nothing but graffiti and swine all on the walls? What is your great house if you fill it with toxins? What is your great house? Because from a biblical perspective, they say that the house of God is the human body. And so the house of God, the house of divinity, the house of the breath of life is your body. And you distort your body. You place death in your body. You mistreat your body. You sell your body. You inoculate your body mentally, physically with plague, disease, discomfort. You betray your body. You give your body away freely. You give your body away for trinkets. It's the house of the old and living God. You put trash on your body and in your body. It's the house of the true and living God. And if that's the house of the true and living God, and you trash it, you defile the temple of divinity. Do you know what happens when you take raw meat or even non-raw meat? Let's say, because you know y'all like to cook your food, right? Right? Because nothing that's actually a carnivore cooks its food because you destroy the nutrients. So it's pointless to even eat it other than the disease that you place inside of your body once you overcooked it. In meat, you have no choice but to overcook it or you'll be eating it raw, which some creatures do eat it raw. But anyway, it rots even when you cook it. You can cook it and leave it out. If you don't dispose of it, it'll have a foul odor. About in the same range of the odor that comes out your ass when you're releasing during the defecation processes or the urination process. Either way, you still get an odor. And that odor is based upon the things that you put inside your body, not based upon nature. These are facts. Anyone who has changed or altered their diet understands that the odor that comes from your body, even through your pores, come from your diet. And so you put foul odors inside of the temple of divinity. You put grease, grime, pus. Because most of these creatures that we digest don't even have sweat glands. And so all the toxins that go inside of them in their life stay inside of them. And this is where you get parasites and worms. And I'm not trying to destroy your diet because I want y'all to understand this from a higher level than just the physicalities of it. And I'm definitely not trying to preach any religion because I don't support religion. Um, I support spirituality. I support your path, your way, in Gia. But what I'm saying is that until you are of the overstanding that you are the breath of life and you are connected to other breaths of life, and that everything that you speak, everything that you think, and everything that you do should be a reflection of that breath of life. Farah, what you mean by breath of life? I mean, like when you go without life for a moment and then you breathe, you glad to be back, right? You glad to be reanimated. Many things don't get that opportunity. Many inanimate objects don't get that opportunity. This right here doesn't get that opportunity. This doesn't get that opportunity. But you do. You have the ability to maneuver as you will. Let me say that again. You have the ability to maneuver as you will. You have the ability to maneuver as you will. So why will to maneuver less or maneuver lower than what you are and who you are? You are a representative of each other, even when destroying each other. You are a representative of each other. This is why people are upset with behaviors that other people do, because they know internally in their breath that each one of us are representations of each other. And so whatever we step out into this world and do, we do for each other or to each other. And if you do it to each other, it's only a matter of time before things are done to you. See, when people protected their environment, the environment protected them. That's called cooperative economics. See, when people hear the word economics, they automatically think about finances. But the body, the mind, the spirit, that's the real wealth. See, it wasn't about finance, it was about fair exchange. It was about me being capable of doing something to inspire you to do what you do, and then you inspired me to do. And that's how we did that, and that's how we grew. And that's how the world at one time was in a state of Jannah, paradise, Zion. And the only way to get it back there, which many people want you to think that you cannot get it back there, is cooperative economics. Not cooperating with lower concepts or lower ideologies or ideologies or lower people or lower creatures or your lower self, your lower navs, but cooperating with your higher self and understanding that your higher self is the breath of life. And that in each and every single thing that you come in contact with, there lies the breath of life. The very air, the very fire, is the breath of life. Nothing can move, nothing can come into being without the breath of life. And it's inside your body. And you are a representative of all bodies. So let's role model this shit appropriately. Stay focused, stay positive, stay around focused and positive people. Never lose who you are once you know who you are. Never sacrifice who you are for nothing and nobody. Don't just wake up, get out of the bed, and stay out of the bed and assist others in rising from that slumber. Alafia farano wo munife rela nido wo pe aka sima kayeri on yon kopona aka kayeri on frama. Umuntu inga bantu lai ni waju koreseke. Fieten ya soto weto farako wajibu. Nakupenda usifiwe. Nakupenda usifiwe. Nakupenda usifiwe. Salute, peace and motivation, wholeness and motivation. Have an illuminating day. I love y'all. Immortal.